Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
It's
No
Shawnee
happy
and...
Fridays for anybody.
Oh, no.
Friday.
Down.
HR comes in and lays the smack down.
None
Where's
for
my
you.
folding chair?
There is no positive
Flip the
energy
table.
anywhere. Oh, my gosh. Y'all are so funny. I am going to, first off, congratulate April on funding her new Squeezum book.
Yes, congratulations.
Congrats, April.
That was cool.
Yep,
very
yep. I'm
happy
very
about that.
excited that it has gone and successfully well at that. So I'm pretty excited.
Should be. I had all faith in that. I was ready for it. Pumped up. What they used to say when we were kids, pump up the jams.
That's
Oh,
right. That's
yeah.
right. Apparently,
old school,
third
boy.
time's the charm with the masters over there at the Kickstarter.
Let's not go that route with it. But yeah, I'm with you. Going in the jar already.
Oh,
Anyway,
Oh no. I get so focused. I get so focused on making sure all the tops are covered. And
yeah.
you get a little bit of the roast beef sandwich coming through, and you're like, whoa, oops, my bad.
Oh,
whoopsie.
Lord.
Oops, I know.
All right. Well, Jesus. BG5
Real.
is live now. So
Yes.
we're super, super pumped about that. Man, I am so thrilled with the amount of books that went out for that campaign. Like that particular issue, BGD4 has had the most foils we've ever had on a book. Not only that, I'm fairly certain it had the most medals we've ever had on a book. What's going on, Charles? How are you, man? Charles, the vendor, he's a good dude. But so BGD5 is live now. And
Yes, it is.
Shawnee, if you could do the cool share thing, you're the champion with that stuff.
You betcha.
I am Captain Suck at that right this second. Our computer is not going to do what it's supposed to do. So
The special tier.
yeah. You know, that's a new move I learned yesterday.
Oh,
Anyway, so
Nate will share it out too. So,
Oh, yes.
Ooh, look at that.
whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Wah,
and
wah,
Ricky
wah.
boy.
If only he had hair to do an unnecessary hair flip.
Oh my gosh, Ricky and a hair flip. I'm going to tell you what.
You
I
gonna
think
tell me something?
This book has some of those beautiful pages. I mean, because let me give you perspective a little bit. When you art is like riding a bike, right? The more you do it, the better at it you get. Well, if you draw a particular character, the more you draw that particular character, the better at that character you get as well. Same thing goes for colorists. If you color a character so much, you get better at coloring the character. You know? And I mean, April will attest to that. She knows. You get better at it. And I think, David Acampo and Bladen Hunter are definitely pulling out some gorgeous pages for this issue. Like, I was so thrilled. And I know everybody's been waiting for this to happen, this throwdown between Ricky and Corvo. We've all been waiting to see it.
Waiting
It's
for
gonna
the
be
smack.
fun. It may not go the way you think it's going to go, but it's going
It
to
never
be
does.
I promise. I'm glad of that. I'm glad it never goes the way you think it's going to go.
Why is there another release the lizard thing? Because that'd be real cool.
We do have another one of those, but it's instead of only being limited to 20, we've opened it to Kickstarter. So as many people that can snag it.
They love it when you do that.
Yeah. So instead of 20, there are as many as you guys order before the Kickstarter ends. But once Kickstarter goes away, I'm not going to print the Release the Lizard variant again. So just so everybody knows what that is, April, why don't you tell everybody what the Release the Lizard variant is?
You know what? It's there needs to be more, going on and all of that. But I don't know. It's so the Release the Lizard variant is meant to be a equal opportunist for all of us ladies who constantly see all the topless gals and whatnot, and it's good to give a little bit of
Appreciation of the male form.
It is a lot of bit. I don't know about little bit. That is a lot of bit. Like that thing is, Jesus Christ, it is something. Anyway, my arm, it makes my arm look small. We'll go there.
Oh, it is dinosaur size.
Yeah,
Well, exactly. Yeah.
it's hefty. It's hefty for sure.
It's hefty, hefty.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
saying
Hefty,
that
hefty,
you should have more than one eggplant to cover it?
Might
You know,
need
we
more
might
than one
need 2 or
eggplant.
3.
I don't know. On one of my covers, I had to go with the whole Sunday bar.
Oh my gosh, that was funny,
Ooh.
right? I told you the banana was the way to go. It was the way. And
It was
worked.
the way, but so is the spoon with the ice cream in
The
it.
spoon was my favorite fucking part.
You had the whole dessert bar up there for one of those. It's
Yeah,
like-
I loved the spoon. Let me see if I can get some more images off of there. I know Russ was showing them to us so we can show you guys.
Did you use the banana split for yours?
No, Russ did faces.
What? Oh my!
He did faces. So there is a weekend release, limited to 40. Not limited to 40. There's a weekend release and then there's a limited to 40. The limited to 40 was a lot of fun. I'm a huge fan of what we got from Bear Witch for that.
Mhm.
It is a very cool nude of Maya that is cut out to where Ricky looks like a shadow in the background. I thought
Oh,
that
that's
was really
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
And that'll be the only way you'll be able to get that is in the mystery pack, like we normally do the mystery boxes. And it'll be a foil, of course, and it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. Those greens are going to look intense. I'm excited about it. We have got the weekend special going on right now as well.
Mm-hmm.
Holy weekend special from Zorg. Zorg brought the fire. You know, it's cool because, you know, we bring on, April was talking about new artists earlier. And when you bring on a new artist to Ethereal, like zero bullshit, they come out and they're ready to bang. You know, they're ready to get at it. And I love that. I think it's such a cool thing because there are so many times when you see folks that come in and they just want to do what they can to get by or whatever else. We've never had that problem ever. And the new cats are coming in and they're showing you guys they don't have the problem with it. You know, I love this set. I will definitely have one for myself because it's gorgeous. I couldn't pick a favorite color. April, did you have a favorite color out of the three of them?
Oh,
Rainbow all the way.
Rainbow all the way. Right on, right on.
Okay.
Needs more glitter, but yes.
Needs more glitter. How's it going, Facebook user?
Howdy ho there, neighbor.
Heidi ho.
Howdy ho, everybody.
You know, we also had a really fun cover. You know, every now and then, I'm going to say this about April. April sneaks in, right? Like, April has an eye for the best covers she can sneak in on. Like, she does this every campaign. I don't know if you two need to, I know you two see it.
Yep.
She fucking sneaks in and she'll be like, hey, Dustin, I know this one's going to be a good one. Let me get up on that cover right there. And I'm like, well, all right, you know, like, jump on it, you know? And so we got this gorgeous cover, and I think she's a little bashful because this one's pretty in your face. So more so than most we've ever done. I'll put it that
Oh, we're
way.
gonna make her blush.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
she should. I would have blushed.
I hope
know
to
what I
God
mean?
this is the censored version.
Yeah, I'm not putting the other one up there.
I really feel like on this one, I really could have like probably taught a class.
Yeah, on anatomy,
Oh, yeah.
you definitely could have.
Oh,
What's going on, buddy? You totally could have taught a class on this. I didn't know anything about this thing, relatively speaking, until I got in this like image came across my desk, and I was like, "Damn!" So the coolest part about this is not only is there this cool cover that April helped with the wild versions of, but there's an extreme version of this cover.
because if I spend that much time in that nether region, by God, I really want people to love it.
So I love
Bubbles
it.
be damned.
I love
Bubbles
the
be
shit out of
damned.
it. So, what's going on, Nate? Nate, what are you doing in my chat?
Haha. Gotta do something.
Anyway,
Shenanigans from the left,
He's being
shenanigans
sneaky.
from the right.
from every different
Exactly.
direction. As long as they're clean, like the bubbles in this tub, I imagine they're quite clean.
Oh, not all of that bubble is clean.
We know where that cover is going. Yes,
Exactly.
we do. So the
Hard
other
day at
version
work.
of this cover is actually zoomed in, and the tile is cut out of the back of it. So it's way up in there. And like I said, I learned a lot about anatomy by looking at this cover.
Yep.
You know, I've been doing my red label research, so I learned quite a bit about anatomy.
And now you have a little practical application.
Yes, practical application.
Yep.
You know, I mean, what experience I had, be damned. I know a lot more now.
And I love that it's a Nightmare on Elm Street homage.
Yes, well,
You
that's
guys
what
know
it
I'm a
started
huge fan.
as, right? That was the whole goal of it, because we don't homage very often, so we wanted to do something fun and something that made sense. And for those of you that don't know, my wife is like a horror guru, like buff. I've never seen someone that is like that level of intent. She walks around calling Jason Voorhees her boyfriend. Let me tell you, she's the horror guru.
Oh.
So anyway, but there's so many pretty covers. Like there's so many pretty ones. Let me bring up this other image so I can show you guys. I wish I could have downloaded them. But this one was a ton of fun. You know, like I said, everybody works their asses off, you know, on our team. Everybody really like gets in there and gets it done. And I'm really, really proud of everybody. So for the weekend exclusive, the launch weekend set, there is a Bear Witch cover for those of you that are Bear Witch fans. And I love the cover. I think it's gorgeous.
I think it came out just beautiful. Yep.
Yeah, so he likes to do different styles with his covers, and we absolutely love it. But there's the weekend launch set. The Bear Witch cover on the right, you will not be able to get anywhere but the launch set that has the pistol on the hip.
Gotcha.
I would be surprised if it went over 50 sets. So if you're into low numbers, definitely a good place to start, because that, like I said, it'll only be around this weekend. And I hate to say this, I hate having to even go there, but if I say it's limited, then it's limited.
It's limited. Yeah.
You go on fucking Whatnot and you find extras or anything like that.
Yep.
I've seen it for the past month and a half that I've been exposed to Whatnot. I'm not calling people out on it. I'm just saying, know that if you buy a limited from us, they're limited. You know what I mean? There is no bullshit about it. So show the juice.
Gus.
I can't show anything on here because we've got the Twitch stuff on. I can't show you guys anything like that.
Because you got the what?
The Twitch connection on. I'll get.
Oh, okay.
YouTube.
I didn't realize we were on the Twitch.
Yeah, YouTube and Facebook told me they don't care about me and they'll never monetize me, so I'll do whatever. They told me that literally like 6 months ago. They were like, "You showed vagina on live chat," and I was like, "Sure did." And they were like, "Well, we're never going to monetize you." I was like, "Cool. I don't use you for info anyway." You know what I mean?
Exactly. You do you, and I'll be over here having a good old time.
Do you?
Shadow ban.
So I am a big fan. You guys know I'm a big fan of Blade Hunter. He's been my friend for many, many years now.
Mm-hmm.
And he did this gorgeous cover of Ricky. And I remember him telling me how much he hated it. He told April too, I hate this cover. And then it got colored. And I thought he was going to have a fucking, like a fit. And it was just gorgeous, right? Yeah, Sean Lee, man. Sean Lee is incredibly talented colorist.
Bladen does amazing inks and everything as it is, but those colors just elevated it too. It changed it.
It changes like the concept and the size, because we've shown you the size of the city a lot, but we haven't I don't think we've shown it like looking down to up from the floor to the ceiling. So that's a really, really cool piece. I like that one a lot. That is cover A, if anybody's curious.
And I like that one because it reminds me of Final Fantasy, right? Like the whole
right, Shinra. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you. It does. It looks like a lot like that. I really enjoy it.
I'm
You
so
know,
happy for this campaign, but at the same time, I'm a little pissed off at you, Dustin, because I have too many damn choices.
yeah, I was sitting there and I was like,
I
how
was
can I
going,
get on
going,
Johnny's
ooh,
nerves? I
ooh.
need
I'm like, damn it.
to get a couple more of these. Make sure I get a Steph Wilson in there. You know, just throw some really good stuff in there. You
No,
know,
it's full of amazing stuff. It's all beautiful. So
well, you know
you
what we
got
do that's
some,
fun, right, Shawnee? You know what we do? We keep the prices the same.
yes.
And that is something that is not going to change,
Thank you.
unless somebody
You're
breaks
right.
my fucking arms and tells me I can't pay my fucking mortgage if I don't change the prices. Anyway, point is, they'll all stay the same. So your Zorg covers, your Lenadai covers, your Bear Witch, all that stuff is the same price as any other artists on our campaigns. And I think that's a cool thing because I started this thing and I wanted to be able to sell comics to normal folks because I've always been a normal folk. You know what I mean? And I think it's important.
Dustin is
Um, I'm pretty weird, but you know,
That's a relative term.
exactly.
right.
I tease, but we know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Lenadai cover, right? I love the Lenadai cover. Like
So
I
pretty.
did. So Lenadai,
Funded.
awesome, amazing. How badass. I love working with her because she's one of the few artists that comes to me and she's like, Dustin, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? Normally, I give folks the free will to do what they'd like, and then we go back and edit it and we talk about it and stuff. She is one person that from the get, and I've been working with her for years now, from the
She
get,
wants
has been
direction.
like, dude, what do you want from me? Show me what I can do to bring out the best in your product. And I just have always thought that was neat.
Yep.
This cover, I remember designing it because it has a lot to do with issue 6.
Oh, foreshadowing.
So,
I like it.
absolutely. And issue 6 has a lot to do with a big ass fish tank. So I'm very, very excited about it. And if you enjoyed what you saw of Bladen's cover, you're going to get that in large scale. Issue 6 is going to be like something we've never done before. So I'm very, very excited about it. Issue 5 is amazing and will prep you for issue 6. You get a lot of people ask, Dustin, when do you do first appearances? Well, for me, what you guys that have been buying from me for years know is I normally do them in the additional pages. That's normally where I do a first appearance, except for like issue 1s. You know what I mean? Other than that, I normally do them in the additional pages. I am the sexy folk. The sexiest of the sexy folk. But so anyway, so this issue is a lot of fun. Last issue, the issue that's in the mail right now that a lot of you are receiving, or those of you that have read the digital edition know that it was a flashback. The majority of that issue is a flashback of Ricky and Maya, and something they get into, and that'll tie into future issues.
History and foundation.
Man, oh man, I'm excited. But there's so much. Like I love Babes Who Are Dinosaurs. I love writing it. I'm addicted to the story. I'm addicted to the characters, and I think it shows out in the books. But right now, if any of you guys have been paying attention to the Stitches stuff, Stitches was a huge idea before it even got into BGD. Like it was a huge idea. I wanted this cool idea to write about a killer from the killer's perspective, but I didn't want the killer to be such a black and white thing. It needed to be gray, and his reasoning had to make sense for him as a character to why he's doing what he's doing. And it was just such a phenomenal thing to work on. So I do want to tell everybody that you will be seeing a large move into Stitches.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, most of yours, anything of your serious titles, I mean, like not so much Theater 7, but some of the other ones, but everything else you do, you have your small thing of white and black because they are there, but most of your playground is in shades of gray.
I like the things though. I don't like easy. Easy's no fun. If you know what I'm going to do, then it's really no fun.
It's boring.
I don't want that. Does not do boring.
Don't do boring. There's the Bear Witch, cover J, and it's gorgeous.
I love that.
You
I
know,
love that off the half shoulder, the just the color.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's really cool to see things that you wouldn't think about, right? Like I wouldn't have thought to make this happen or this happen. There's a beautiful cover coming out in the next few weeks for Frog Legs that has a particular thing moving a garment of clothing on a character, and I would not have even thought about it. You know, I tell you who else did that. Jake did that on a cover for the last issue of Frog Legs, the one that's going out this month.
Yep.
You know, I was just like, what? And he also did it on Theater 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just so amazed because of the little things. As you start moving further and further into comics and you look further, like deeper at the pictures and the imagery, you know, especially storytelling covers and not just pinups, you get to see so much. You know, the artists are hiding their own little tidbits and their, you know, their goodies, if you will, in the images for you to find them. You know, I think every issue we put out is my new favorite, right? Like every issue, it becomes my new favorite.
I think it's because everything's growing, right? Not just the writing, but the artistry is growing, and your fan base is growing too, right? So there is a lot more customers that are enjoying the story. So I think that
Yeah.
says a lot to what the company's done in the last couple of years.
For sure. Well, look at we just sent out the digitals for Kill Cam, and I know you two have read it.
Mm-hmm. I read it a long time ago.
Right. But now you actually have the artwork to go with
Mm-hmm.
the dialogue and everything else. And Shawnee was like, more Kill Cam, and I immediately like was about that. You know what I mean? I was totally about that, and I think it's a very powerful thing when you build from the ground up. You build with the Frans, right? Because the Frans are always the most amazing folks that are going, man, I really wish I could have got in with the book at the bottom so I didn't have to go back and try to hunt issues or find issues, whereas we have them for you. You know what I mean? We have the issues, we have the books. There are tiers in this campaign for issues 1 through 4. You know, if you don't have them, there's a tier for the trade paperback in this campaign. You know, I mean, April, tell me about your favorite cover from this one.
Well, obviously mine.
That doesn't count. You can't use yours. Jesus.
Well,
Oh,
come
Justin,
on.
come on.
Aping V is not included. Okay, you can't use that.
You know what? Contrary to that particular, comment or whatever, I don't know. I guess I there's a lot of good ones to choose from. It's very, very difficult to choose. I do like how vibrant Zork's is.
Right.
That is incredible. I don't know. There's a lot of really good ones. We've got a couple of variations from Jason Hare, who was the line artist for mine. So he had a safer work version that was colored by Ami. So he did the safer work version, and then there was Bear Witch turned in like 9 different variants.
Right.
So maybe this.
Dang.
Yeah, and just like the different variations that were just, I don't know. It's. I'm not a girl that can do very many options. Like I need maybe 3 and then I'm good. You give me more than that, and then all of a sudden I start just stuttering and flipping back and forth.
Right.
Bear Witch did the same thing for my version for Menage a Squee. And I'd go flipping back and forth, and I'm like, why is she? Something's happening. And then like her eyebrows were different in between. I was
I'll
like,
have to go back and look. I didn't notice that part. I noticed everything else, but I didn't notice that.
So yeah, it is incredible to see subtle facial changes in addition to just clothing options. It's not just that cut and dry. And I'm like,
Right on.
whoa, okay. I don't know if I'm the only one that caught it, but yeah. It's so cool. And then let's see here.
Sorry.
Who else do we have on that book? I gotta bust out.
There's that wild old Blade and Hunter cover on there.
Oh yes, Whitney Cook. She did an amazing job on that
sure.
Release the Lizard version.
Sure.
And then Yelena De Napoli did colors on Brian Escura's piece, and it's got the two Sarens behind the couch, and then the Maya and two other gals next to her. And I mean, she just did a phenomenal job. Both of them did a phenomenal job on getting
Absolutely.
that one together. So that was great.
So
Can you show that one? Because at least there is a safer work version.
The Cook and Blade and Hunter?
No. The Escura and De Napoli one.
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab it.
That one surprised me. I loved it. It was great.
It's a very good one. Let me snag it real quick.
And another one that really caught my eye after he's done with that was the Mitch Massey AZ Volt combo. Oh man, the way
that one real
he did
quick.
the scales
I have that one
on Eve was gorgeous.
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
I was a big fan of that. That just came out.
Gorgeous.
So ridiculously good. Then you had the Steph Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun.
I do love the pose on that. That was just, I don't know, something about it. It's
yeah.
So
it's a
it's
come
fun
hither
and
pose.
Mm-hmm.
I say that to my wife on the weekends. I'm like, come here, hither.
She's like, nah, not today.
Yeah. Get to work, fucker. Sorry. Russ is adding cover K to the story so you guys can see it.
Very cool.
Chris Matt and Jesse Heggie did a good one too.
Yes, the Chris Matt.
Like, you get that confined inside of an elevator with that ultra violence going on, and it's really neat. Like I don't know. I just thought it was amazing.
It's very fun. It's different.
Yeah,
it's a different
for
too.
us.
Yeah. Like there's such pent up hostility and a little bit of sex appeal all at the same time. It's really fun.
If you know the characters, you definitely get that vibe as you're reading the story. There's a lot of pent up between the two of them that I've always found interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The friends push that story real hard. They push that story real hard.
They just don't let you kill who you want to kill.
Nope.
No. I'm real glad we didn't. I'm real glad we didn't do it. I'm very, very glad we didn't do that. So here's the other one now that it's on here so you guys can see it. Just spoke to Russ. Sorry about that wasn't available. It was available to get. You just couldn't see it on the pages.
Yep.
Let me reload my stuff. Maybe I can bring it up and we can check it out. Yeah, there it is. All right, cool. So this is the one that Blade and Hunter did. It's funny because April, Blade, and I, we've worked together for a little bit now. We go tit for tat with a lot of these covers, and normally I agree one way or another. Every now and then I'll be like, no, we're gonna do it this way. But this cover that Bladen did, he specifically went out and he was like, I'm gonna make April happy with this cover. That was his. And it turned out so fun. It's just so much fun.
Yep.
That thing is bigger than my arm. I'm gonna let you know now. I'm a pretty strapping feller, so it's a pretty big organ there.
It's a whole lot of bump, chicken, bounce, bounce.
It's a whole lot of something.
Yeah, Ricky got lucky there.
I'll say this, and I'll tell you guys that pay attention and follow us and everything else. Snag this cover while you can get it, because it's gone after the campaign ends. I'm not printing this one again. You know, big old
Can't,
dust.
can't wait to make prints of it.
Yeah. The only way you'll be able to get it in book form is on the campaign. I
Okay.
will not print this again after that.
I love the hologram girl.
Right?
I love all the pinks. I
Mm-hmm.
love that like Eve has like the blushing on her cheeks and everything. Like it just looks like such a warm and inviting cover. It's
like
just,
if you don't feel like hopping in on that thing, I don't know what to tell you.
I'll have to
know?
make sure I grab this one so it can be the companion piece that I had the other Free the Lizard that I got. So
right. So that's what I was saying. Shawnee
I have to
mentioned
continue the tradition.
Right. She mentioned the issue that we did with Ricky showing off his organ.
Showing his stuff. Strutting his stuff. Yep.
Showing his stuff off, and we're okay with that. We're big fans of the big red guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's showing his stuff off on this cover, but the last cover that we did, it was a very low print run, and people still ask for it, like 2 years later. So, you know, if you want to get one of this variety, make sure you snag this one. And this one's gorgeous. I mean, the last one was Blade and Hunter. This one is Blade and Hunter. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with the big red peen. It's all good.
And of course, anybody who knows me has to laugh because I'm normally not, and I don't always get the risque covers. I generally do just the standards because I love the artwork and the colors and everything else. But it amuses me and is so much fun. So I figure, what the hell?
Yeah,
have fun with it.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. You know, there's so many covers that are so much fun that we put out, and there are so many times when I'm like, I need that one. I need that one. Or April, do we do a print set for this? Because I need that one on the wall. That needs to be somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's always at least one that I'm like, man, I really need to get that one. You know, get me the Virgin variant or whatever, the Virgin artwork, so I can make it 11 by 17 or 13 by 19. Because they're gorgeous. And speaking of the 11 by 17s and 13 by 19s, one thing this campaign that we're changing is we are not offering them overseas. I did that. I did it last campaign, the campaign before that. And I ship a lot. I ship a whole lot of product. And the things about when they go overseas is they're not insured, guys. So I pay for the insurance. When they get jacked up, I pay for them to resend them. Yep. And I don't know what it is about crossing the ocean, but certain things are not cared for when they cross the ocean. So prints, you know, we're sorry about it. You can get them at shows. If we ever go overseas for shows, you guys can certainly grab them there.
Yep.
You know? And we're happy to bring them.
I know. I would imagine too. I mean, the overseas folks, I'm sure they're disappointed and it's frustrating, but you're not the only one who realistically can't sustain that. So that unfortunately is just a fact of life.
Out of 1,800 orders in the past 2 months, I had 17 damaged by shipping. Out of 18, that's pretty good ratio. You know, I'm not complaining about it.
Right.
But even if you pay for the insurance and they come back and they're like, hey, look, you know, we damaged your product, and you're like, well, it's insured. They're like, yeah, well, we don't think so. And then you got to fill out another form and complain again.
Oh, God, the bureaucracy.
Dude, it's nuts. I'm to the point where I just pay for it, print you another one, and shoot it to you. That's what I've been doing recently. I can't do that all the time. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense, especially if it's metals and stuff. You know what I mean? We'll go to war, and we'll win the war, but it just takes a little bit of time. Thankfully, USPS likes us. UPS, they're okay. FedEx fucking hates us. So
that's okay. I'm not sure them myself.
Dude,
I think FedEx hates a lot of people. So.
You know what's funny? And it's sad. It's not really funny. It's very sad recently because we've had all this rain, right? Mm-hmm. I had three friends reach out and go, Dustin, our books are waterlogged. And the thing is, they send them, what they do is they bring them to the folks' homes in bags with actual apologies on the bag that the Gemini is soaked. You know, like, cool, look, it's insured, so why don't you just reach out to me so I can start the process instead of you going up to them and giving them their waterlogged bag You know what I mean? Like, what?
Whoa.
Take a picture,
Oh,
show them
well,
the
there,
picture.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't need
there
to
you,
go
there you
crazy.
go, expecting logic.
I know. I don't know what I'm fucking thinking.
Well, they do the same here. They kind of shove it inside my post box, and they say, "Oh, well, that Gemini will fit in there," and there's like 5 books in it. So when I open, and you're sitting there like,
yeah. What are our normal books are 36 pages if you include the covers, so that's not fitting in there well. Don't put that in there.
Oh no,
Be
they
a nice
did.
guy.
Oh, they tried with If It Hops, the last one I got.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily I like pieced it out and I'm like inched it out. I'm like, oh crap, don't be bent. Please don't be bent.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Only was USPS, but this was many years ago and they've gotten a lot better. But I do remember one time we have our mailbox in the front and I think we had a temporary postal carrier. I don't know if they had I don't know what's going on. But I came home and it was a Gemini mailer and it was bent in half to fit in my mailbox.
That's so sad, right?
And I opened up, I went, what? I was speechless. I literally almost cried. I was just like, why?
But it's kind of funny, and Dustin, you probably remember this in the 90s, right? When we used to order comics, right? Like Mile High, Comic Cavalcade, and all of them, right? Yeah. They put them in a bag, they'd roll them, and they throw them right in. But you know what? They were never really damaged.
Yeah.
No, they wrote them pretty tight back in the day.
Yeah. Yep. And like if they can be rolled and put into my box and not be damaged, then they should kind of take.
Look, I don't want to hear nothing. I used to order wholesale, having a shop from a certain large, distribution company, and I didn't get a single box that didn't have half of it damaged every single time it came in. So, and then they just want to give you a credit, right? Yeah. Like you get a credit. What the fuck?
Oops, our bad. Here's your credit.
Like, what's the credit going to do for the pool folks that wanted that book?
My favorite was I was doing 1 in 50s and 1 in 100s in my shop, right? And so the 1 in 100 got bent, and so did the 1 in 150.
Yeah.
And so I had 100 books just sitting on a rack.
Yeah. So y'all understand what he means by that. When you from a store, like if you buy a limited from me, we don't make you like buy X amount to get that limited. We don't do that. We don't believe in that. I don't believe in monetizing whatever. It doesn't matter. We don't do it. We're not going to start.
But others do, and that's just the standard. Yeah.
So my point is, what he means is he has to buy 50 to get a 1 in 50. He has to buy 100 to get a 1 in 100. Yep. Or guess what? I had a store variant come into my shop, not a store variant that I did, but from a publisher. So the store variant would come in, because back in the day we didn't do that. Just so you guys know, back when we were heathens in like 2016 and 17, I never saw a store exclusive. The only store exclusives came from who you were ordering from. Yeah. You know what I mean? You didn't get to make an exclusive, which I'm very grateful for. And all our amazing artists that do them for folks, yes, April included, they do amazing store exclusives. But I've never, I had a 1-on-1 come in the shop. It had the store's logo on it, the whole 9, and it was smashed. And what I was told was that they would refund my balance, but I didn't get the book. I didn't have a book that I had just sold for $800. I didn't have it.
Yeah.
So I had to fork up $800 to give back to the individual.
And that's not easy.
Like that. You guys are seeing them online. I know you're seeing them. You don't even realize it. This Todd McFarlane cover that's going around right now with his signature on it for Spawn. Yep. That's a 1-in-1 store exclusive. There's only one per store. And if it gets fucked up on the way, they don't give a shit.
Nope.
So just be mindful if you're ordering heavy duty numbers, number exclusives to pay attention to that. Now, we do timed exclusives. I think that's fun. Because it gives people that, save up or want it or, are preparing for it, that they can grab it, and that's fun. And, we do stuff like that. We do the Kickstarter exclusives. We do the, what are the other ones we do, April? We do the, we didn't do them this year.
Specials in the mystery boxes too, like you said. You have the one.
Yeah. Those are limited too. I guess I hadn't even thought about that, Shawnee, but they sure are. They're limited to the amount of people that order them because I don't reprint them.
Yep.
you know, and feel free to ask me how many I ordered because I'll look it up, you know, so you know.
I know
But,
that when we were printing with Steven, he surprised me with 5 gold variants. He's like, try this out, see if you like it. I'm like,
yeah.
So I've got 3 of them back here, you know, that I'm going to throw into the mystery boxes for Menage a Suite. So
you're killing. You done took all my money today already, April. Damn it.
You know, I don't know. I've also got the this is a terrible example.
Terrible.
But because I went too shiny. You're not supposed to go so shiny, but I went so shiny. But I've got the
really shiny. I don't know.
I've got the jeweling edition where you can see that there is Swarovski or however you say that crystals on.
Yep, I see it. Yep.
And
that is the best example
shiny, so you
of
can't
that
see
foil
it.
I've ever seen. Just because the ocean and the water, it makes sense for the style of foil.
Yep,
right.
Very fluid. It's very pretty. Yep.
And they all come with a certification of authenticity. So that's available as an upgrade on Menage a Suite.
Right on, right on.
So yeah, like there's lots of opportunities to have very, very exclusive low run limited editions.
We like that until April tells me we're gonna make prints that I'm like it's too pretty not to have a print. What? Yeah, no. I normally go with most of the plays because most of them make a lot of sense.
And then Dustin turns into one of his prairie dogs.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, like if you bring in a cover, right? If you bring in this one, you bring in a cover like this. Yes, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous cover. I love it to pieces. That's a cover that will sell well. You know, we'll move a good amount of them. People will like them. You know, and then but you're like bling it up. You know, or like the cool thing that April can do, which I can't do, which she will do in the future for you all, is when we start running the Red Label series, a bunch of those books are going to go to her because I have my hands full with shipping now. So a bunch of those books are going to go to her. And one thing that I'm working on in the background is making it so that we have our own yellow label. So we can go ahead and go, yeah, that's April. April did that. She just has to sign the thing, send the thing in. She's beating me up about it for a year. Okay, I know it exists. I know I need to get on it. I've just been very busy with other things. But what she'll do is she'll be able to add on, you know, she'll be able to add on a blank sketch and it'll go right to her instead of coming to me and then going to her. You know, she'll be able to go, I'd like a remark. You know, somebody wants a remark, you know, $50 to $100 for a remark. You know, she'll be able to do all that fun stuff for you guys. And I'll go directly to her, which is, I love that. You know, she's been telling me she wants to help so much more. And I'm like, I've just been so like in my head about having to do everything because I'm stubborn. Yeah, whoa, totally am. Totally fucking stubborn. Speaking of my stubbornness, you guys know we're going to be in Phoenix in like 2 months, right?
Yeah.
So jazzed about Phoenix. So if you guys live around Phoenix, we're signing books for free. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff on the cheap. It's going to be great, you know. And April lives like that's April's
Fusion
base.
Which one is
what
that?
now?
Is it Phoenix Fan Fusion?
Fan Fusion. We had such a blast. Yes, you know this as well. Don't act like it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. We all know how stubborn I am. But my point is, in Phoenix, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. We're going to be signing a lot of books. We're going to be bringing a lot of swag you guys may or may not have seen. One thing that is cool about people that are coming to the brand that didn't know about the brand is all the backlog that we have. We have a ton of amazing books that we're going to bring with us. But I'll say this because we're going to be smart about this. There's going to be so many, only so many of each of those back issues. If you're missing a Lenadai from an issue you wanted to pick up, you can have it. You know, I may have it. You know, if you're missing an April I don't have, she may have it. You know, there are going to be a lot of really cool stuff. Then you'll get to meet a couple of the ethereal girls that are going to be there. They'll be signing stuff, selling DVDs. You know, they're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff.
We'll also have Bill Farmer there to sign frog legs, like every once in a while. We'll have Derek be able to sign a couple of the My Metal Girls stuff.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Trevor's going to be there.
Trevor Grace is going to be able to sign.
And he's got a lot of covers for us guys. So if you're a Trevor Grace fan, make sure you show up, bring your covers, or hell, buy more. And we'll make sure that he signs them.
Did we find out if Dan Wickling's going to be there? I know he's been there before.
Hey, Dan, he's going to be there.
Oh, Dan.
I'll give you a chair if you're going to Phoenix, Dan.
But let's see who else we got. We got a couple of guys that are going to be rotating through, and
you know, you never know who's going to be there. You know, Kara Nicole may be there.
Yep, yep.
You know? So you may be able to get books signed by Kara. There may be DeBalfo may be there. I'm not speaking for them. I don't know if they are. They may be. You know, they live in that general area. You know what I mean? You know, they may be there. You may be able to bring in some ethereal books and they'll sign them, some If It Hops covers. I don't know if I don't know who all is going to be there, but I know we're also going to be in oh man,
Cowtown.
What's going on, Mr. Holko?
We'll be at Cowtown in
Cowtown,
October.
And that'll be my birthday, so that's going to be a really big show for us because I'm going to do a crazy exclusive for Cowtown, and they don't even know it. So we're going to do right on, Dan. I respect that. We hope you get better, man. You know, I know it's been a long road. But so we'll be at Cowtown, then we'll be in amazing Hawaii, and right after that, we were invited to a brand new show to us, not a brand new show to comic or like to the scene, but to us. I think we're going to go to Exotica in December.
Oh,
okay. Exotica is nice.
I have heard many good things, and they were like, "Come hang out with us." And I definitely was on the fence a little bit. And April was like, "Just go, bitch, just go." And I was like, "Yes, I'm in." You pushed me into it. And
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just like, hey, look, if you're going to be the only comic vendor, that is really, really good, you know, sales
So
approach.
while she's telling me all this amazing reason that we should go to Exotica, every ethereal girl, just about with the exception of Kara Nicole, who worked with us before, was blowing me up about wanting to go to Exotica. So if you go to that show, you will probably meet most of them.
All right.
I know they're all excited. I will, in fact, be wearing pasties and a G-string because that is, you know, that is the garb from what I hear. I hear that's the way to go. So
it's not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you that.
I'm very excited. So, you know, I'm already working on some, you know, some zombie pasties and some other stuff, you know, so it'll be a good time. You know, $10, you can help me switch them out. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna have little tassels that you can spin?
I might have the motorized ones.
There you go. I like that.
So I can just like monitor the speed with the hand remote while I'm standing there. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you like that book? You like it now? More don't you? It's better now."
Be careful if you get too close, you'll get their hair caught in it.
Poke their eye out.
Yeah, we've caught people's hair into things. We've caught DeBalfo's hair on fire. So, and I didn't do that. That wasn't me. That was the bartender that caught his hair on fire.
You know what? Any other non-sane person would claim that. Oh yeah, look what I did.
Yeah. No, we were drinking these cool things. They were called lightsabers at the bar, and they're literally like stacked glasses, and you have to drink them from a straw. And as you're drinking them, you've got hot liquids on the stack as well. So you're taking shots after you drink the one with the straw, and I think I guess he had a little bit of hairspray in his hair, and he leaned forward, and it was just like, boof. I don't know if you remember that.
DeBalfo having hairspray, having hair product?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I just imagine it like a National Lampoon moment.
It went up like it was. The video's on Facebook. It's around here fucking somewhere.
Oh my god!
Like, and I was like, "Oh Jesus, Mike!" You can hear me in the background going, "Oh, it's fucking awesome." Yeah, it was a good time. That's how much fun we have when we go to shows, ladies and gentlemen. And that wasn't at a show. That was just us fucking off at a bar. You know, we weren't even at a show.
Oh my God. I mean, the story is hair on fire, you know, Taco Bell button of doom. It's just like, you know.
Jeremy Clark
button of doom. That should be a sticker.
Jeremy Clark was putting something in the back of my car and I didn't know it. And I put it in reverse. It was pretty funny. And he squealed.
Ooh,
I squealed.
Reflexes.
It was pretty funny. But no, we're gonna have a great time. You guys are gonna have a good time with us. You know, we are going to be we're booked at the hotel that's literally like right there next to it. So if you guys are looking to see us, you're gonna see us. You know, we'll be walking around after the show, because I'll say this about Phoenix, and you guys can quote me on it. I worked some shady stuff when I was before I started doing this and got into comics and stuff, and I worked in a lot of nasty areas and stuff. And I think that Phoenix is one of the prettiest cities I've ever been to at night. Like, it is so pretty. There's not shit all over the ground. There's nobody peeing on walls and shit. It's just a very pretty city, and you'll catch us out and about, because we normally don't have that. You know, I live by Nashville, so you know, I lived by Jacksonville. I lived by Nashville. I worked in Miami. There's nothing like Phoenix.
Miami.
So, yeah, nothing like Phoenix. So if you guys if you're looking to hang out with us and you're afraid you're going to miss us, don't be, because we're going to be all over the place.
Friday night, I'm going to be playing poker and drinking.
That's it. We do Friday night. That's part of it. Friday night we play poker. Thursday night.
April's fierce. I haven't played poker, but I got to watch April play poker, and it's fun.
Yeah, I am not fierce at poker, so
I know, but you have so much fun.
If you guys are there, if you're there, let us know, and we'll advise you on how to get in there with us. But I don't play poker. I suck so much ass.
Oh my God,
it's ridiculous!
It's hilarious.
It is bad. That's how it is fun, because it's that bad. Like, I sit there and I'm drinking. I'm so bad, I'm going to drink Goldschlager the whole time we're playing.
Oh.
That's how bad I am at that game.
That's bad.
I'm just going to drink this shit because I'm so bad at this damn game.
I was just drinking it out of the bottle. I'm such a heathen.
No, it was a lot of fun, though. It was a lot of fun. And that's for such a good cause. It's for such a good cause. So,
such a good cause.
Yes, it's an amazing cause. And then I know Thursday night we've got a shoot. Friday night we're going to be doing that. Saturday night we'll probably be out and about, and then Sunday night I know I'll be out and about, because I'm not leaving until Monday. So I've got to this point where I go to all these shows, but I don't often get to experience the place when I do it. So I want to have at least a little bit of time to walk around and look at things, and maybe grab a bite somewhere I've never been to, or try a drink in a place I've never seen before. Stuff like that.
Creepy dolls in the basement.
I love that place. That place is so goddamn cool. But there were so many motherfucking people in there that you couldn't even get in to get a table. Like, they're dry humping each other on the fucking table. And I'm just like, okay, guess we're not doing that. So, fucking A. But another thing that's cool is most of the time you can find anybody you'd like to hang out with, as long as you're cool, after the shows. You can find them right there in Phoenix, because none of us that you want to hang out with are actually going anywhere. Our hotels are literally right there, so we're in walking distance of everything. I remember I was in I did MegaCon a few years ago. I've done it a couple times, but the last time I did it, there were 20 bars within walking distance of my hotel, and we just walked from one to the other all the way around to get back to the hotel. And I was so shitty, man. See, this is why I need you guys. Because I was so shitty, I walked back to the wrong hotel.
Oh, no.
And I thought I was in the right hotel. And I got in there and I was like, the fucking floor is different in here. Some shit is wrong. My
key don't work.
Yeah. Yeah, the
That's
chicken
not my carpet.
Because after a certain time you can't even get in. So they let me in to the hotel, and I was like, not this place.
At least you were drinking. At least you had an excuse.
Yeah, I definitely was.
I got to Denver Comic Con and lost my rental car.
I'm almost afraid to ask how that happened.
Shelby Robertson and I, we were driving and we got to Denver and we forgot about the time zone change. So we were an hour late than we thought that we were going to be. So we knew that we were going to be at this hotel, and we found it and we parked the car. We grabbed an Uber, loaded everything in, and they had him drop us off curbside because we were playing the smart game, right? So after the show, we're like, oh yeah, it's only like 4 blocks away. We'll just walk it. No big deal. We get to the place to check in for our actual room. And they're like, yeah, that's not our parking stub.
Oh no.
And I was like, you what? 45 minutes later, and like 2 mental health breakdowns. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, there is another hotel with our name, like it's the same company, but they're like 6 blocks away. And I was like, okay. And I like walked over and I found the fucking car, but they're like, well, what make and model?
Oh my god, you were traumatized.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I just know I clicked the button and it beeps so I can find it.
I don't know.
That's what happened. I don't know. It has 4 wheels and it goes. I don't know.
It's a rental.
So if you guys are fans of the Ethereal Girls and what you've seen so far, I know most of them are
brand
brand
new.
new.
Keep us on track, and we're, of course,
Yep, we got to stay on track a little bit.
Right. Sorry, Dustin.
We are trying to get exclusives for the shows with them, so I
that'd
think
be cool.
Be able to see some cool stuff. April's got a buddy that is going to try to help us out, get some cool stuff going more there. So, but Nate, I don't know if you told on yourself or not, but have you been to Exotica, Nate?
I did. I went a while ago.
Was it fun?
It was definitely fun. I will say that if you are a young 21-year-old person that goes to one of these places, expect not to make it out without a tattoo or something else.
Oh wow, a tattoo, huh?
Something else.
Oh something Jesus.
That's all I'm going to say. Because
you're going to have to get that removed by a doctor. It's not coming out of there like that.
You might catch something else. So
did you visit Bad Dragon one too many times, sir? Have you been over there too often?
Oh,
went to a couple bad places I shouldn't have went.
Bad Dragon is actually a sponsor to that show, ladies. If you're listening to this, so you can get our comics digitally, sir, at www. I'll put that in the chat for you. www.ethereal-comics.com.
Let's just say I was a little naive when I went. I was a little bit younger, of course, when it first went. So it was a rude awakening for a young strapping boy.
Well, you know what? It's a good thing I was strapping, because if I wasn't, I'd have been in a bad way around that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not doing well there.
Oh gosh. No, I think that it's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be something new for most of us. Well, April and I, anyway. It'll be new for us, and it'll be a ton of fun.
Or will it?
New for me. Fuck, give yourself away too. It's new for me.
You
what you guys don't know is April's always like, yeah, I asked for prompts for Squeeze Some, and it's not prompts, guys. She doesn't tell you. She makes that stuff up herself. Don't worry about it. That's where her mind is. She knows all the things.
Her mind
She'll
is
be like, hey, have you heard of this?
Oh my
and I'm
God,
like,
if I had it my way, it'd be nothing but heels and hosiery.
You should do one like that.
I know.
But you know how long it would take to do the lattice work on those? Good God.
You think I haven't done that already?
Yeah. That's not for me, dude. It takes too long. Just have them with their pants off and I'll be okay with it. It'll work. It'll work.
Oh.
Well, how are we over here on this campaign? Let's check this campaign out.
You were at 1788 last time.
Actually, 18. Let's see, did it go up or down?
Nope. Yeah, 1811.
1811. Yep, it went up.
Okay.
Badass.
Good.
Badass. And I know that the Menage a Tatas over there is doing well as well. Love that.
Excellent. I'm at 16, almost at our first unlock.
So I didn't know that she was going to put all that OA stuff on there, and that's kind of killing me, right? Because she put her whole damn catalog on there.
I sure did.
Well, we have, she tells me all the time. She's like, I have so much of it. I want people to have it. She works on stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we do a show, she's like, I'm so sick of lugging this big ass book around. So now you guys will be able to get it from her. Just let her know if you want original art. Holler at her, man.
I've got a backlog with April already, so
right on. I get that.
No, you got a forward log, man. Like you got the stuff from the future that hasn't even happened yet.
I know.
She's got a cover right now for a store coming up. That just
cool.
blows my mind every time I see it.
Love it.
We're at like the halfway point. It's like next on my things that I gotta do, which is coming up pretty close. Pretty cool. So, because there's a safer. That's the safer work version.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see all the slime on her. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I've had a chance to experiment with doing that Babe Score Dinosaurs extreme close up.
Yeah, well, that was a little wet, so I understand. A little wet.
Yeah.
We should get Jessa a Ghostbusters jumpsuit.
Oh, that would be cute. That would be fun.
She'll be one of like 50 of them that day.
Probably. But I'm saying for a shoot, not for like a show. You know what I mean? Like get her a because she can homage your cover, and that'd be super sweet.
What? You don't want to get her like the Peggy Bundy style snake pattern?
What am I missing? A Peggy Bundy snake pattern.
Come on now.
Come on, you get that anaconda thing going on.
Don't want none unless you got buns, huh? Yeah, so
exactly.
Well, that's the next arc of Theater 7. So yeah, that could be funny for sure. I mean, because the next arc is the big snake arc, which is plenty of dick jokes, plenty of locker room humor.
Just a few.
No. Every time I was like, I'll take this one easy. Devin Massey's over here going, you better throw the whole goddamn gym at him. Like, okay, I got you, dude. So you won't get introduced to it in issue 3, except for the very end of the book. But issue 3 will pull her into it. So we're really excited about that. It's also the end of our first arc, which was the funny thing about this arc, with the whole Return to the Future thing was. It was a test to see if I could write it. It wasn't like I was like, this is going to be our biggest shit. I remember telling April and Joseph I was scared fuckless when I started working on Theater 7 because I didn't know if I'd be able to write it to the degree that needed to be done. Because I'd never written humor.
Concerns to us as well. Yeah, you said that this is a big experiment and a big risk for you. So.
Yeah, and then you got Devin Massey in my ear going, write it. Talk about vagina. You got this. And I'm going, okay, fuck. Awesome. Let's go.
He literally took the whole locker room and just went, there you go.
He's so smart. You guys have no fucking idea. Like, he's so smart. The ideas that he comes up with, the concepts he comes up with are just so fucking smart. And it's a lot of fun to work with him because I've been a fan for many years. So to actually work with him. Yeah, dude, he's fucking amazing. Go, April, go.
Normally with the trade paperbacks, you do like four issues together. Since these are in groups of 3, are you going to be doing a trade paperback version for Theater 7?
I think that what we're going to do is we're going to probably do a trade paperback for the first 3 issues and then add something like the bottoms up book to the trade paperback when it's finished.
Okay.
So you get the normal amount of content that we would give you for a trade paperback will be in there. And then we'll start fresh with issue 4, 5, 6, 7, for the snake arc. And that's how I'm going to end it. I'm going to run it for the 4 issues and be done with the arc.
Are you going to design your own popcorn bucket for it?
Man, I want to so bad. I tried that, right? We had that conversation. We had to have had it. Okay, so I told Devin that I was going to make like I collect popcorn buckets. That's why April's making fun of me. Like I collect
Not
them.
making
I
fun
love
of, encouraging.
encouraging. I'm with you. So I really do enjoy popcorn buckets. Like the harder to get, the better I like them. And so anyway, I had this idea that I was going to get our printer to create popcorn bags for you guys, and I wasn't going to tell you. All your stretch goals were going to come in a bag of popcorn. And
that would have been cool.
It wouldn't have popcorn in it, but it would be an old school lined popcorn bag, and it would say Theater 7 on the front of it. And it was just like, apparently getting that done is much harder than I had
anticipated. Yeah.
So that's why I'm glad I didn't tell anybody except a couple people, because it was, I was hunting everywhere. I was like, oh, we'll get this. The printer we have now, amazing printer, they wouldn't do it. I called some specialty printers, they wouldn't do it. A lot of people have a big issue outside of book printing of using our logo on things. They have a big, like, we're worried about infringement and stuff. And I'm like, well, the ability to use it and stuff. And then they're like, well, we just don't do that. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But you get a weird ass fucking t-shirt company and they'll throw shit on there just to see if it sticks.
Exactly. And it falls off a month later.
Right.
Well, what about getting a classic popcorn bag and then just getting our own stickers and then just putting the sticker on the bag?
That could be a good idea. I hadn't thought about that. I mean, I like that too, because that could be a lot of fun.
That's a possibility. Yeah.
And then doing like a 1 in 100 that nobody's expecting to get like a really nice popcorn bucket would be pretty cool. I think that'd be dope.
There you go. Ticket.
Oh, dude, don't mess with me. My brain will go and it'll get lost. Then it'll try to come back.
Then we'll hand you the keys to a rental car.
Exactly. I was going to say, you'll be lost in April's rental car over there somewhere.
Also, we have a book called Cretaceous Biohazard that is actually with our letterer at the moment. So you guys will be seeing digitals of those in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So that's pretty cool.
Yay.
But that is zombie-esque type of book. You know what I mean? It's dinosaurs and shit like that are all kinds of gooeyed up. So
dead and gooey dinos.
Yeah, man. I was
the rot.
I was the rot. Oh my god. I'm gonna do a variant called
We gotta do it. I mean, if we just buy 2 copies, one for you, one for me, let's do it.
Yeah. I'll
make them AP1. Just call it a day.
Just so we have one. Yeah. And then we'll get Nate. It'll be a Nate exclusive.
More power to you. That's all you guys.
No, that book's a lot of fun, but I don't want to do a lot of things as a big theme, right? Like I have my ideas and I like to go places, but I used to write for a tabletop RPG company, and on the side, because let's face it, money's side hustle, and I used to spend a lot of time in my office waiting for things to happen. So I had a little bit of time. And I'll tell you this, it did so well that I was keeping the lights on in a comic shop just doing that at one point.
Wow.
But I wrote so many zombies. I wrote so many werewolves. I wrote so many vampires that the only zombies and werewolves and vampires you'll see are bit characters, and they're never going to be big, gnarly, main characters or anything like that. You're not gonna see that just because it's been done. It's like the superhero thing. You know what I mean? Everybody does the superheroes. You've even got Orgasmo, right? So I can't, dude, that's the bottom of the fucking barrel right there. I can't even begin to think of another superpower that you jizz on somebody and it takes them out. Other than
a
Booger
movie
Man.
for that, remember?
Booger Man was good too. Booger Man did the same type of shit. Let me fucking drink milk and hawk loogies at people. I just...
Ew!
Oh, Shawnee knows one.
No, I just want to say BGD just broke 2,000.
Dope. Love that.
Damn it. I wanted to be a winner for a while.
You
did. You were before we lost.
All the time.
That's okay. I'm going to pull through with my extreme close-up. I'm still winning.
Extreme close-up. Oh, my God.
We'll just send everybody with packets of au jus.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
The bubble
Somebody
bath.
take the wheel.
Oh, that sandwich.
Even Jesus said, "I'm out."
We have the meats. You know what's funny? I'll ask you guys your take on this. I'm not gonna call anybody out. It just was funny to me. Okay, because I'm a clean person. Like I like a clean room. You know what I mean? So I had a guy reach out and he was like, "Man, you guys do." I saw that Renzo cover for the Morgana, and you know that's the first bush you've ever put on a real bush you've ever put on a cover. And I was like, "Yeah, right on." I didn't tell the guy what to do. That's just what he did. You know what I mean? And because I don't often go get in there and get the razor bumps out and all that shit. You know what I mean? I don't often do it. So I love making April laugh because she knows what I'm talking about. So it's the funniest shit. Anyway,
Yep.
my point is, he was like, "Hey, I've got buyers that would like, a bit muffier." And I was like, if you want to get a store exclusive and you want Muffy in there, we can make it happen.
That can be done.
Again, I'm a pretty clean feller. So, I like to be, make sure everybody's hygienic and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm not a big, I've seen Scary Movie. Fuck that. Got moss flying in between your hoo-ha and whatnot. Keep it. I keep it.
The weed whacker
If
out.
you have to pull out a machete to try and find
no,
the unhappy spot, then that's
No, dude. If you can't fucking find it, something is wrong. Like something's going on down there. Anyway, point being, probably not going to be seeing any of those. So, what is your opinions on those?
I think it's each of their own, right?
Particular.
Like if they like it, then go for it.
Yeah.
Man, it's about the book. It's not about what we're producing. What is your opinion on it, my friend?
To me, I don't like it. Period. I'm not. That's how I've always been. Clean is best.
You put a little puff on my bunny. I know you did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
It's just so cute.
That's nowhere near what this guy was asking for. So
Right.
Oh.
See that
He wanted
I
the
can
forest
handle.
beyond
And
the
to be
trees.
honest, I can handle it because that's one of the covers I got. So.
You know what's funny? It is funny that a character that I was like so. Again, there were certain books that I knew would do well. You know what I mean? There are certain books that I knew would come out and they do really well. Theater 7 made me nervous. If It Hops made me nervous. Oh my gosh, Gus, you missed out.
Yeah, you did.
The conversation's all about Bush and how you take care of your hygiene.
Yes.
Anyway, my point
Little
is
grooming and scaping.
yeah. Man, keep the landscape taken care of is all I'm saying. But so there's a point where If It Hops was something I had written a story and I was very, very proud of it. And I remember I talked to three or four people, April included, and I was like, what's going on, Andrew? I was like, I can't publish this particular story, just because of what it is. I just couldn't publish it. And I remember being so nervous about the story that I came out with. And If It Hops was very well received, So I had a guy reach out to me the other day and go, you need to do more, anthro books. And I was like, bro, I got a couple of them, more than most, and we're about to do, we've got another one in the works and shit. So, there's another If It Hops world book coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people are going to dig that. Speaking of things that I think people are going to dig, the Red Label books are looking off the fucking chart. Like they're looking off the fucking chart. Like I was looking at stuff coming in for Crimson Sales, which is the first book we're going to release that's ongoing from that label.
I am really excited about the sneak peeks you've been giving.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
It's
very,
gorgeous.
very cool.
Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm still not going to tell you guys who's doing that artwork yet. So you'll have to sit and
Come
wonder.
on now.
Just because
It bothers Nate more than it bothers me.
It does.
so Well, for Nate though, the cool thing is I'm pretty sure there are actual physical copies. April may be able to tell you different,
Yes.
but I think that he does real pencil work, doesn't he?
Yes, and
Okay,
I
cool.
know their pricing too. So
Ooh.
Right on. See,
I
Inside scoop.
inquired
There we go.
already.
you did what?
I inquired already.
Yeah, I bet you did because I was ready to inquire and I was like, nope, that's not for me. Huh. Somebody will get it and it'll be gorgeous and we'll be very proud of whoever gets it. We'll be very
Yes.
excited.
I would like that opportunity if it presents itself.
Well, you can ask April because she keeps up with all our artist prices and everything like that, so she'd know better than me. And I know you like to get a page from each book at least.
I do. I like either a cover or a page at least. So
that book is banging.
Dude,
Like that
the
cover,
interiors are just as gorgeous as the covers. Like
so beautiful, right?
It
So
is
beautiful.
gorgeous.
And who do we have color in that again? And that turned out real pretty too.
Hector Rubelar.
Ah,
It's his first time doing interiors with us, but he has been a cover colorist. I think my favorite cover that he's done for us so far is the If It Hops, where it's the Bladen Hunter with the neon rabbit heads.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite that he's turned in so far, but he's been with us
Very
for a while now.
Yeah, he's very, very talented colorist. Love working with that guy. You know, you got to try the Red Label, Andrew. It's going to be so good. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
and then we've
awesome.
got Win working on Kaiju Cuties right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys haven't seen me posting stuff about that, I don't know what to tell you because they're gorgeous. Like I've been posting that.
Oh, it looks fun. A lot of fun.
Know, it's very exciting. The characters are beautiful. You know, and speaking of mangakas, you've also got My Metal Girl should be here in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. So that's exciting. And that's Zai, and Zai's already working on issue 2. So we're super jazzed about that. I don't know that I've ever asked anybody to draw yo-yos, so that was pretty cool. that was a lot of fun.
Definitely unusual request.
You know, and Renzo's working on Morgana right now and is jumping at the bit to get on House of Laughs. He's like jonesing to get on the book because we're the only company that's ever let Renzo off his leash to do whatever he wanted to. He was very excited. We reached out to him probably in, September of last year. We probably reached out to him September, October, and he couldn't do anything till December. And what you guys have seen, look at what you've seen. He's got 18 pages at least color drawn and inked since December for that amount of artwork that he has done. So if you guys have seen it, it's gorgeous. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. Man, oh man. Nate, talk to me about BGD.
So
on
first,
the spot.
I'm always good for it. Well,
Nate knows though. Nate is that guy that you could take on TV, and if you ask questions, like fired off questions to Nate about Ethereal, Nate would tell you the answers faster than I would be able to tell you the answers.
Yeah, because I read it like 10 times. That's why. And I look for every little loophole and every little plot point that
because he wants to figure out my stories before I tell you guys.
Exactly. But I've always done that with every book. Even way back to the 90s, right? When Claremont was doing X-Men, I was doing the same thing. The other person that really trumped me a lot was Alan Moore. When I was
trumped everyone.
You know, I was like, I couldn't figure out where the hell he was going. You know, but for BGD, I mean, I'm excited because I've waited how long to get that one page and the other pages and everything come in. So I'm super excited to get that. And 4 was good. 5, I'm excited. I can't wait. I need that number 5, right? You know,
be nice to Teddy Ruxpin. He's my friend.
Yes.
He keeps grabbing this stupid thing and then hitting my leg with it and then walking away when I try to get it from him. So
that's pretty typical. Yeah.
Sweet dog.
Now, I enjoyed number 4. The backstory is definitely good. I don't want to give away a lot to people who haven't read it yet.
For sure.
But it was interesting to see what happened actually, right, with the humans, because that was a key part of it. So That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to be good. I'm trying not to give away spoilers. You
I
yelled
feel
at me
you.
last time when I did that, so I'm trying to be good.
I do like it when somebody else is in trouble, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody likes that when it's not the spotlight's not on them.
Exactly.
Shit in my cup.
We're,
You know what I
we're
mean?
all sitting there going, "Ooh, somebody's going to get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Not me."
Right. No, I think that people are going to be very curious about how we ended the last
Yeah.
issue. How we ended it, and we introduced something that we've talked very little about. And so it's a very hot topic right now. It's a very hot topic.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys pay attention to the things I write, I often write about spicy topics because I put my opinions in the books without throwing them in your faces. So I enjoy doing that.
I enjoy that because you can see it's like in the background of what you were thinking about during that time frame, right? And it influences the style of the story as it flows. So,
well, when I started writing BGD, I was so into the Turing test. Like, I was so into the Turing test. I thought it was the most interesting thing in the world. And for those of you who don't know, the Turing test is being able to tell a robot from a person.
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to use the term AI, but being able to tell a artificial intelligence, if you will, not saying the term, if they're human or not. And there are movies about it. There are studies about it. The test is real. It exists. And they have passed it. So it's a very interesting thing. And when I had played that game, Detroit Become Human, and it was such an intense story. And I remember thinking, man, that's really interesting. But also, I'm a big fan of Blade Runner. Big fan.
Ghost in the Shell.
And my references, I mean, there are references all day in Babes Were Dinosaurs for Blade Runner, as well as Aliens and numerous other fun sci-fi things that we've all enjoyed. BGD 4 actually has covers that are tributing Aliens.
Yeah.
Which was so much fun for us. I mean, it really was. And then we've even got a Theater 7 cover coming out that's almost is tributing Aliens as well. So that's gorgeous too. Sorry I can't show it to you guys. It's gorgeous. That's one perk I get. I get to see some fancy stuff every now and then.
You're learning the art of the tease.
Yeah, I'm not teasing that. That needs to come out like smashing. He deserves that. He's worked so long on it that it needs to come out and make him feel good. And I know all the friends are going to make him feel good because he's been through a lot. So I can't wait to see it. Anyway, if you haven't checked out BGD, I know Shawnee shared the link earlier. Swing by, man. I mean, it's right there. Swing by the link. It's really fun stuff. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I've said it numerous times. Everybody at Ethereal, every product they put out was better than the last product they put out.
I know this is Ethereal. Can I drop April's as well?
Please.
Thank you, Shawnee.
And so I got one announcement before we
Please.
wrap up tonight. So I am one of the judges for the Heroic Awards.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
So definitely go out and check it out. Dustin put the link out earlier today.
Yep.
Go out and vote for it. Being a judge, I can't be biased, in the situation, but
votes in.
Go out and support everybody that's in there. There's a lot of good people.
A lot
of our friends.
Make sure I go check it out.
A lot of fun stuff in there. I was very surprised that there were so many. But it's funny. We've talked about that. I actually was on a live show the other night, and I don't do them very often. Andrew asked me to come on his show, and I always go on it when he asked me to. I'm happy to do so. But he asked me about someone saying the comics were inflated, and I'll leave you with this. And it was a quote from one of my favorite artists in the world, and it'll probably never change. I don't think anybody's going to change how I feel about Bud. He's always going to be my favorite. And so he said to me that there are a bajillion people trying to get into comics and only a handful of people in comics. So it's a very interesting thing when you see a competition or a vote, if you will, for something, and there's so many. There's so many.
Yeah.
You would never even have known that they even existed. There's so many. And the cool thing about it is you get to see other artwork and you get to see other things. And I think this is a very cool thing. I think it's great, and I think people should relish things like this, because you know what? Some of the conventions, for those of you new cats out there that have never done them, when you do a convention, they often ask you what awards you've won.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What awards you've won.
Yep.
That's a thing. They ask. They're interested. So whatever, if we win either BGD or If It Hops for either interior art or my writing, I'm going to expect one of our fancy friends or JT and Malloy to go over there and get that thing.
So, yeah, that's kind of the plan. I'm trying to get to C2E2 for that. So that's where we're going to get the awards out. So
yeah, absolutely. Make sure you talk to JT, because I know he lives in that area and does that show a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Swing by. We love JT to pieces. He's working on.
He's a hoot and a half.
I love it.
He is all the holler with the hoots.
Yes.
So he and I did a show that was itty bitty here before, and now is rather large, which is the Nashville Comic Con, which started as a Kickstarter, if I'm not mistaken. And it became like, we went and there was like 40, if 40 vendors there, and we were the only like comic creators in the building. And I didn't go last year because, I just had other stuff going on, but I went to see it, and people were wrapped all the way outside. So if you're a fan and you live in Nashville, make sure you guys swing by, the Nashville Comic Con if they do it.
It's cool when you can see positive growth like that.
Absolutely. I love that, because, April and I have been to a show where they closed it after the first one they did. So, it was the only show I've never made $1. Like, not a single dollar. Like not $1. I don't know what kind of hit to your pride that takes, but April and I were sitting there just like, are we drinking tequila now, or are we drinking tequila when we leave?
You're drinking it at the table. What are you talking about?
To do complicated math, and then I came up with the design for my these neon streets concept.
Gosh, that needs to be done too.
So there was some positives, just not monetarily.
We always have a blast, though.
Yes.
I mean, if you're hanging out with Ethereal, you're having a good time.
Yes.
Because either April or I are, we're doing something to make sure everybody's having fun. But anyway, like I said, check out those Kickstarters, guys. Show them some love.
What's April digging through there?
You need to put that back away. That's how I get in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just found like a whole nother bucket of.
She acts like she's like, I just found that.
I just found this.
I did.
Whatever.
That's where my unicorn is, right?
Yes.
Is that where mine is?
That's where they all are.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But there was, but I had found these neon streets.
It's beautiful. I'm going to say this: what she's done and is doing for that is gorgeous. She just never has time to get into it.
Yep.
Oh,
very cool.
I like
on the
that.
ripped up piece of paper that nearly gave you a heart attack.
Yeah, oh my god. Like, I'm like, don't tear that shit up. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is like that scene that had to be between Eastman and Laird in that shop when they're like drawing turtles on a fucking napkin. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god.
Are you kidding me? Is that's the one from Buku, right?
Yeah. It was a print because I did it was drawn and inked by John Rhodes.
Yeah, I remember.
And so I had 4 of them, and I wound up digitally coloring the Buku Comics one. So I had one left over, and so I started. I needed a scrap of paper, and so I tore this up right in front of him. And he was like, "Oh my god!" And it was priceless. I'd do it again in a heartbeat because I'm a terrible person, but I kept it.
Like I think that's why my
evidence
heart
of
dropped,
Dustin's
right?
almost heart attack.
Yes, but it's got the cute sketches on it.
Yeah, those are good ones.
So it'll be a nice little memento to pass along to some worthy backer whenever that comes around.
All right.
Absolutely. Sorry, there's a million messages going on.
That's all right. So April's campaign is holding firm at 1871.
Ooh.
And Babe Score and Dinosaurs 5 just hit 2192.
Excellent.
Yes.
So both are doing well. So
Good.
Love it.
Aw.
Love it.
So
What?
check them out, show them some love, spread it around,
Yeah,
spread
man.
the word.
Swing by and check them out. They're beautiful. Both those campaigns have beautiful work on them. The coolest thing one of the things that I enjoy the most about the After Dark books from April is she knows me so well that I'm okay with her doing things. I don't think I'd be okay with just anybody doing what she does with our characters.
Mhm.
And I think that it's just a respect issue as from one person to another person. And I'm very grateful. And I love that you guys get to go in and see her work. So if you want to see Penny in a way you haven't seen before, snag the book. If you want to see C with her bouffant hairdo, make sure you go snag the book. You know what I mean? There are ways I've seen and I've watched how much she loves these characters. Almost as much as I do, I'm sure. And it's phenomenal.
It is. And I love, April, I actually really love how you put together this campaign, because the description of who you are, how you treat the characters, and your experience in drawing those and your input from the fans and the people who love the claims, that really, it means a lot. And I thought that was fun to see that. Made me feel much more a part of it. And I think it's fun.
Right?
And I'm really excited to even more so to see the finished artwork as it comes
I may
out.
squee every now and then when I pop over something that she's drawn, or, because it's like, she did the Penny with the snake thing, and that was way above my head, but I was like, that was the coolest thing, you got all these characters that I've seen in certain lights, and the lights that I make them in, or I expect them to be seen in, and it's very interesting when she came to me and she was like, I want to, the folks that buy my books want to see the ethereal characters. And I was like, yeah, cool, do that. Because I feel like, again, you're forming another type of connection with these characters that you may not have gotten in another way, so we've decided that with the Red Label, they'll be mirror IPs almost to things we have, with the exception of Crimson Sails, because that was, I remember sitting down and I was like, I had Dan Wickline, love Dan. Dan had wanted to write. I hired Dan originally to write a story he wanted to tell. He wanted to tell that story, and I remember going, love Dan's work. Let Dan go ham, But then I sat down and I had a really cool idea about this chick that's a pirate. And it was like, she's not originally a pirate. We go through all the backstory and all this jazz with her. And I was like, man, I'm working so much that I have to have another incredibly talented person come up into our managerial space that I can trust to work on these characters. Like I let Bladen Hunter draw whatever he wants. You know what I mean? It works. It works the brand. It works the brands. And to be able to write a synopsis for Dan and to have Dan create such a beautiful project out of my synopsis. Like I said, I like being able to just come in, give you the meat and potatoes, and then you fill in the gravy. And it was just such a cool way to work. And I know that everybody enjoys what they've seen from him so far. So I love to tell you that you have a lot more of that to look forward to, because I rarely let people edit me. Like, I am not a fan. I'll put that out there. I'm not a fan.
Are we back to that whole stubborn thing?
Back to the stubborn thing. I worked with Chuck Pinnell for a little bit. Really like Chuck, and he's really talented. But I remember going, man, I don't know about letting people touch my shit. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with Dan. I trust Dan to put out a product that I don't have to worry about. You know what I mean? Like when he just edited 2 books for me recently. You know, I sent him the very first script for House of Laughs, which, if you're afraid of clowns, buckle up, Buttercup.
Oh yeah, you're screwed.
Because I'm terrified of them, so I'm putting every bit of my terror for them ugly fucking things in this book.
Yeah, you sent me the script, and I was like, yeah, nope.
Yeah,
Well, I had
the
a
writing,
blast
the
with
writing
that
was
one.
amazing. I loved it, but I'm like, yep, not my cup of tea. That's okay.
clowns are creepy, man.
Yep.
I loved it, especially the ending part. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Just a
Yeah.
visualization of what it's gonna look like. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. And I was like,
Which is the big difference right here, because Nate's all and I'm like, nope, I'm out.
I'm like, let's use a sword instead of a knife.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. So
It is intense.
then you've got I've already written the first issue of Kaiju Cuties, and he's gone over that. And all of his things that he reviewed with me were right on. Like I was right on with every bit of the work. So I think that you guys are going to be very, very happy with the things that he does for us and himself. You know. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. I know we normally go a little bit longer, but I am a little under the weather, so I really appreciate it. And like I said, check out both those campaigns. They're both beautiful. There's so much good artwork. If you go to April's campaign, there's a ton of ethereal artists on it, like a ton.
Yeah.
And it looks so
I'm
good.
buying it.
It looks so good. I love it. I love to see it. Anyway, thanks again, guys. If you have any questions, holler at me, and we'll get back to you. Thanks again.
Right.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.